Hello, welcome to my channel. My name's Brianna, by the way, and today we're going to be reading some Reddits. That's why it's called Read Reddits with Bri. Yeah. Okay, so this first one's, am I the asshole? Wife asked for it and then got upset when it happened. I'm 38 male, a wrestler. I used to compete at a high school level. Obviously, I don't compete anymore, but I still lift weights and wrestle for fun. My wife, 36 female, and I have 3 kids, 15 female, 11 male, 9 female. I enrolled all our kids in wrestling at the age of 7. The older 2 have been training, competing since then, and the youngest didn't like the sport, so she quit. Now she's doing gymnastics. My wife has never wrestled, but she goes to the gym regularly and she has decent strength. Yesterday, I was chatting with my wife and the topic of our daughter's wrestling tournament came up. And she asked me, what do I think will happen if her and our daughter wrestled? And I told her that she has no chance, and she answered, she's not beating me, I am much stronger. And I told her, you can try if you want to, but I'm telling you, you will get ragdolled. And she said, okay, let's do it then. So I called our daughter into the backyard and told her that her mom wants to wrestle. They wrestled while me and the other kids were watching, and just like I told her, my wife got handled with ease. When they were done, it didn't last long. My wife laughed it off and acted fine, but as soon as it was only me and her, she said to me, so you knew how that wrestling match was going to go? I answered yes, and she said, and you still let it happen? I got embarrassed by my own child in front of my other children, and now they're going to look at me the same way. I told her she's the one who asked for it, and the idea that our kids will not look at her the same way is completely false, because I taught our kids to be graceful and respectful in victory and defeat, and I'm pretty sure they have respect for their mother regardless of what happens in a wrestling match, even after I said she wasn't not convinced and still upset, which is not justified in my opinion. Am I the a-hole? And the comments say, not the a-hole, but your wife might want to look into a few therapy sessions to help her deal with authority hierarchy issues in a more healthy way. As the kids get older, the I'm in charge because I'm bigger, stronger, better, everything, the adult attitude gets less and less helpful, and having a big chip on her shoulder instead of working with the kids who should be getting more independent gets more and more counterproductive. Someone with some outside perspective and experience with reframing conflicts like that might be a big help when it's higher stakes than a backyard wrestling match. And hold on. This is from Smooth Raw. Yeah. Frater Didymus, especially because she's mad at him for not asserting authority over her to stop her from doing something she wanted to do. All caps. She also didn't trust, and this is by Curious14595. She also didn't trust that he, an expert in the sport, was correct and is now blaming him for her lack of trust. Yikes. Not the a-hole. So, there's that. Yeah, she was acting, asking for it. Acting. I can't speak today. Yes. Yeah, she got bamboozled. Ragdolled, as he called it. And she acted like it was nothing, and yeah. he said. Okay. Let's read another one, shall we? I've got a whole bunch. Let's see here. Here's a good one. Okay, this one's long. Am I the asshole for refusing to accept blame for my stepsister's accident? My parents are divorced and they have me, 16 male, as their only kid. My dad's still single, but my mom's married again. Her husband has a 10-year-old daughter, so my stepsister. I split time equally between my parents. I'm at my mom's house for a week. Then I go home to dad the other week and switch back over. My relationship. Okay, sorry we got cut off there. So picking up where we left off, my mom even called my school before to say they needed to get me to text her back or call her, and I wish I was joking, but I'm not. The stuff she'll ask is for me to pick up milk at the store on my way home, or to pick up takeout that she ordered. And since she got married again, it might be to walk my stepsister home from school or to take her somewhere. I don't drive, so mom gets me to do it walking. So he doesn't have a car. She even made me stand outside my stepsister's basketball practice for an hour once because she insisted I had to go and pick her up before going to her house. Does the stepmother does the stepmother not have a car? She can't do that herself? That is her daughter, I'm assuming? I get very confused with mixed families. So, continuing, back in April, I had after stuff, and I kept my phone on silent and didn't check because I didn't want to deal with my mom saying she needed me to pick up something or whatever. When I was finished, I saw mom had texted and said I needed to pick my stepsister up for some Girl Scouts camping thing. Then there was a call I missed and I needed to pick up. Then stepsister had been knocked down by a bike and was at the hospital. What kind of bike? Like a pedal bike or like a motorized bike? I get to my mom. Okay, let's try this again. Where was I? Oh yeah, okay, she got knocked off the bike and was in the hospital. Got to my mom's house and nobody's there, so I just do my homework and wait. Mom gets home a few hours later and tells me my stepsister walked her own because nobody came to pick her up and she wasn't being careful and got run over. And that she was too young to walk alone. I told mom it wasn't my fault, and it made my mom blow a fuse because she thought I should feel more bad or whatever. And we argued over how she knows I have after school stuff, and she said family should take priority over any stuff. She chewed dad out for siding with the school on the phone thing, and he chewed her out for blaming me. Not every time I'm at her house we fight, and she told me I should be ashamed for my lack of feeling bad. Her husband is 100% on her side, and he's an ass anyway, so that doesn't surprise me. My stepsister broke one of her legs, and she has damage done to her other knee. So this was a serious accident, and it's likely a long-term forever thing. But I don't feel like it's my fault when I never agreed to pick her up. They just didn't plan better. My mom keeps saying it's disgusting that I keep defending myself over this. Am I the asshole? I don't think you're the asshole. Hello, this post has made it all to Reddit all. For anyone new here, please take a moment to familiarize yourself with our rules. Oh, okay, this is just a mod. Your mom and her husband are the a-holes. They knew your stepsister's too young to walk home on her own. Yet as adults, they are legally and morally responsible for her. They did not make the necessary arrangements to pick her up. Not the a-hole. Can you ask your dad to go back to court to get full custody? Because your mom is parentifying you and using you as an unpaid babysitter and caretaker for your stepsister. Yeah, I agree with that dude. Or that person. If this is a Girl Guide thing, it was probably planned ahead of time. Why did they not plan and ask you ahead of time? Whose fault would it have been if this happened on the week you were at your dad's? Okay. Why can't mom pick her own ass and drive her car to pick up stepsister? And where is the new dad? He can't pick up his daughter? Why pick up his own daughter when he married into having a babysitter? It would be great if OP's dad could use this incident to show they are unfit parents and reduce their custody time. Seriously, I'm a stepmom and do like 30% of their parenting. And I stay home with our toddler, but it is still not my responsibility, especially if it is something I did not agree to. We have had issues with her mom deciding to make choices that affect us, like school transportation, without knowledge. Well, what the heck? I lost it. Oh my gosh, I lost the comment. Okay, so I lost it. So we won't ever know what that comment said, which is weird. Huh. Okay, so the consensus is he's not the a-hole. I think we have time for one more. Let's go back. Okay, this one is really short. Am I the a-hole for slapping a teenager? Oh, I thought this was said my teenager. Ooh, this is even worse. I, 32 female, was at a water park this weekend with my husband, 32 male, and my daughter. We were in one of the pools practicing. Oh, excuse me. Practicing swimming and keeping to ourselves. there was a group of teen boys there, and while I was working with my daughter and swimming, one of them came up behind me and felt a tug on the string of my top, untying it. I spun around, saw this 15 to 17-year-old with a smirk, and slapped him. Good. He definitely deserved it. This quickly caused a scene. The park staff got involved, as well as the boys' parents, who were livid at me. My husband and another lady saw it happen and confirmed that he really did grab my top. Yeah, the boys' parents should not have been livid at you. They should have been livid at their son and should have been teaching him better than to go around and untie grown women's tops. Even teenage girls' tops. That's just morally wrong and gross and inappropriate. No. Ew. Unwanted touchy-feely. There was also a camera around the pool that kind of showed it. Wasn't the best angle. The boys' parents threatened assault charges, and I threatened sexual assault charges if they decide to go that way. I wonder which one's gonna win. Could be 50-50, 60-40, depending. Eventually, we were both asked to leave and haven't heard anything since. My husband thought, though, oh my gosh, though still thinks I overreacted a bit, which I don't. Your husband, can I say divorce much? Your husband, a teenager, ever did that to me, and I have a husband? I would for sure think he would be on my side. No. Divorce. Divorce. Am I the a-hole? Let's see what people said. Not the a-hole, that's just a natural reaction. I'd probably do the same, my natural reflex. Yeah. Or natural reflex. Be like, backhand them. I've had people grab me in public and once at work when I was an intern. In all cases, the message never reached my brain. It was straight spinal cord reflex to whack them away and spin around to follow up if needed. I was at the fair as a teenager once with a friend, walking around when suddenly a hand came around my shoulder and rested on my boob. My first instinct was to pin it and try to break the person's arm. Good. That's what I would have done. So I swung around to break the arm and suddenly recognized my mom. Oh. From her perspective, she saw me walking with a friend, ran up to try to be funny and put her arm around my shoulder, but the person next to me stopped causing her to fall back a little, and her hand landed on my boob. Luckily, I was able to stop myself, but I was assured I would have been awarded, not punished, if I had not had time to stop, because I was defending myself with the information I had at the time. When a woman is sexually assaulted, she should be allowed to defend herself, whether instinctively or not, regardless on the person doing assault. Okay, well, that is it for now. Yeah, the subscribe button if you please, and I will see you in the next video.